Stay tuned for sports.
Keeping Score with Jess and Dean.
It is Sunday, May 24th. My guy's struggling over there. We got some problems. We got big problems in the studio. You're on vacation and you look like you got into a fight.
Do you ever see the episode when Kramer was smoking and he got all the smoking in 22
seconds in?
Yeah, and he did it all within a weekend and finally says to Jerry, "Look away. I'm hideous." I mean,
you're struggling a little bit.
I am.
I didn't anticipate this. I thought you were going to be vacation high, like no shave, just kind of doing your thing. I didn't know your face was going to be all swollen. Do those headphones hurt? Your face is like
no, but I mean, I'm bloated on the left side. I mean, your right side, my left side. So you're looking at me. It's on the right. This is challenging right now.
So what happened? Or do you not want to talk about it?
So I knew this was coming down the pike, so I took that week off purposely. I needed a week for burnout.
Okay.
And I know I only work 3 days. I have to hear that from every one of the Antonios, but it is what it is. So I figured I would just parlay it so I wouldn't have to be like, well, I'm going to have this little minor procedure done, or I thought was minor. Yeah. And then I would, I wouldn't have to bother Paul and say, well, I may be able to come in tomorrow. I may not be able to come in. You just take the week off. You don't have to bother anybody.
Okay.
Just make that your week off. So this whole process started 3 months ago when if anybody knows, and I can give some advice now based on the fact that I'm in the middle of it now, is that obviously I had to have a tooth extracted in the back. So they took the tooth out. That day I went in initially, they try to do it's a two-prong effect, okay? Yeah. So they take the tooth out and then they attempt that day to put the post or the implant in, was what they call it. Then step 3, you go back to your original dentist later on down the road, 3 months after that, and you get the crown put on. Mm-hmm. So it takes a while. It's not something you do in an hour.
Is it on your top or bottom?
It's the top in the back, okay?
Right.
So I went in, I had the tooth pulled 3 months ago. They couldn't execute step 2. Okay, which was because they just sometimes it's the way
it's too swollen or
it's
something.
Whatever for whatever reason. I'm not a dentist. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Mm-hmm. They couldn't do it, but then they have to wait 3 months. You go back in 3 months, and I go in, and this is the result. Which you see, my face looks mangled right now.
Yeah, your mouth is
and they
bloody.
they couldn't do it. They still didn't do it. So how many times do I have to go in, and then maybe they don't execute it?
Yeah,
I can abort and not. Obviously just go without a tooth in the back. It doesn't show.
Is it the last tooth in the back or is it in the middle? I feel like if it's the last tooth,
all the way in the back.
Last one?
Yeah.
Then don't worry about it. Why are we doing this?
They say a lot of the experts say, it grows in crooked and your teeth get this, and your face gets sunken in. I'll start looking like the housewives. Well,
don't can't use that clip. Don't insult our friends. You're on one today. We're in big.
Oh, I'm on it.
We're in big trouble.
So just so you know, I'm going to even take away and by the way, you handed me some currency when I walked in. Okay, I'm going to put this towards I don't know, when I go back to the oral surgeon, because when I walked in, now mind you, I paid for the whole procedure out of pocket up front. So it was paid months ago.
Insurance.
It doesn't cover that. Okay. So there's always a catch. My point is,
I hate that.
I don't want to get into the numbers either, because you'll
never clean.
This is I'm
That's
just saying
a drop in the bucket.
But my point is, so I walk in. So already the day didn't start right. First of all, my brother who was getting on my nerves, he can't stay still. He's hyperactive. Okay. He didn't like the fact that he had to drive me, but he can't leave. He has to stay there. So
because you're on drugs.
He can't stay still. So I said, just suck it up and stare at the aquarium, okay? So I go up to the front
desk. Does he have a phone? Let's play a game on your phone.
I go, I'm checking in, Dean Salitro, blah, blah, blah. So she goes, Jess, I'm not making this up. This is not the numbers I'm not making. She was all right for your visit today. That'll be $2,100. And I'm like, now, no, that is the real number, but I paid for it already.
Yeah. You
paid for obviously the first part, they go half and then they get for the other half, but they didn't execute it. So now when I go back,
why would you pay?
When I go back, I don't pay anything. So I said, I think you better check.
You've paid a lot.
I think listen, I've been through a lot the last few weeks. Okay. So I said, I paid for it. I think you want to check. There was a young blonde girl. She's at the desk. She was nice, but she looked like was confused. So she walked over to the other desk to the brunette that was like in the back. She looked like more of like maybe her boss.
Okay.
I didn't like her attitude. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm not going to mention the names of the oral surgeon because I like my doctor.
You're going to tell me though off the air.
I can't do it. So yeah. So and
is the doctor good?
Listen, he did my wisdom teeth back in 2008, and I swear by him, he's excellent at what he does. Okay. But
can you keep one of those and put them back?
No,
you're gonna
can't even do what.
Do you have stitches in there?
Yes, I saw.
Oh, well, then don't
Yeah, I
scream.
got the stitches in the back, and you're doing it with your tongue, and you can't help yourself. So no, too much class. You better not think that I'm not producing. I got nothing to give right now. Just saying. Tonight we'll see, but I'm not doing anything. That's all I'm saying. I'm in relaxed mode.
You will be in the patient's chair.
Too much class. No, what I didn't like the attitude on the girl was so she went over and she told her, she said, well, he says he pay, and then she goes, all right. She goes, well, we'll bill the what are you billing my insurance company for if I paid out of pocket for it already? There's nothing to pay for. So I said something. I said, well, this should have been handled. She goes, that's why we're not charging you anything for today. I said, but you were just about to.
Yeah, I know.
You tried to charge me.
And
so
I would have paid it. I would have been like, okay.
Oh, I wasn't stupid. I'm like, I already know. I'm saying to myself, I already know that I'm 4,000 into this thing already because it was 2,000. Yeah, this was out of pocket. And then you got to go get the crown later on. That's another.
Not cheap.
So what I'm saying is like, it's your body though. You can't. I'm just saying I'm not poor. I know you don't see it.
Right.
But still, it's like, is it important enough? If I have to do this 2 or 3 more times, I heard like someone in my family, my mother's cousin's husband, says he's been doing this for like 2 years. He had to keep going back, and it's sort of like what I'm going through right now. I can't do it. I'm like, I didn't know that it was going to be like this. And bottom line is, if I'm going to look like this, I want it to be over.
Yeah,
like I'm not out of the woods yet. I got to go back in 2 weeks for a follow up.
Yeah.
They still did a surgery the other day. It's like a bone graft. It's like they just couldn't execute putting the implant in the post. They couldn't do it. So that's
I would just say abort that plan and just have the space. And I know you think your teeth are going to move, but I mean, I feel like we're at an age in our lives where our teeth aren't I feel like they are where they are.
So we're on the back 9. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, like, I know people, and I'm not going to mention them, that have missing teeth, and their teeth haven't moved, and they're in the older, not as old as, like, we're younger. Yeah. Clearly way younger, but like, there are people that work here that have missing teeth, and their other teeth haven't moved.
And I will say 3 months ago when I had the tooth extracted, I waited too long, like a full day before I started icing. I've been icing right from the rip on this one, and I look worse. Like I woke up and it's like I'm bloated. My face looks I look terrible.
Your glasses look tight on your face. I feel like your headphones hurt. Do they hurt?
No, thank God they don't. And it's like, I don't want to toot my horn or anything. I'm not Lou Gehrig, but I went out. I'm still going out and I'm playing. I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
I appreciate
still
that.
willing to do a video. I remember one day doing a home version of Keeping Score. You were a little soft because you said you didn't look good one day. And I
you notice our views are up when I look good. Just saying.
I think you naturally look good. I think you're a born.
The public doesn't.
I think you're a born talent. I mean, to say like, I just don't have it today because I don't have makeup on or I don't look good. Like right now, I'm look at me. I'm still gonna do a video.
Yeah,
today.
I understand that, but yours is a medical condition. Mine was pure laziness. You see.
Yeah, but I mean,
but yours is like people will be like, hey, poor Dean. They're not going to be like, hey, Jess is ugly.
I think guys are different too. Like, I mean, you're a woman, and it's different. But I mean, I'm just like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do whatever I would do for a normal show. It's been a lot. This isn't how I drew it up for the vacation.
No, and what day was this procedure?
This was on Tuesday. So,
so your vacation was only really what? Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, and those are days that I'm off already.
Yeah.
I did pitch 3 innings at Cranston Stadium before the surgery. Sunday morning, I did really well.
Nice.
1 unearned run. I did well.
Nice.
I looked good. I was moving it around pretty good. So that went well. I lose out on 10 on Sunday because baseball's starting to heat up now. So
yeah, well, you should not be doing any activities with your face.
I would guess I probably won't be able to do either one today.
And you're on medicine. So let's just take it easy. Maybe watch sports or something.
Yeah, I've been home watching the Sox all week. We'll talk about that later on in baseball.
Very good.
Listen, 3 days doesn't make 3 against the Royals. Don't sway that. Don't move the needle. But
at least I didn't lose, and I have many questions actually.
How was your week?
Crazy, nuts, insane, not great. Scheduling music for Pro FM. What we do on Memorial Day, we have our block party weekend, so we do 3 artists back to back to back. So it's like Michael Jackson. We do like fun ones, like Whitney Houston, Prince, Madonna, stuff like that. But I have
Steely Dan.
No, Peg. Or was it Peg?
Peg was the song.
No Peg for that. Sorry. I know they have more than 3, but we're not blocking it on Pro FM. So it's just like a lot of like putting in, it's just the way the radio station sounds this weekend is me manually doing it. And it just took a lot. And then I took Friday off because I'm an idiot, but I'm a little tapped out. I'm a little burnt out. So That's it. And I had a live broadcast at Old Grist Mill Tavern, which is fantastic.
Was
right
that
in
Bristol?
No, it's right in Seacon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's still there.
Yeah,
huh?
delicious on the water. Like it's a really great spot.
Oh yeah, I used to play at PCD over there, like
Yeah.
East Providence PCD. What was the place? Torts Bar and Grill used to be. That was a spot
It's
for
right.
me.
I love
Great sports
Torts.
bar at the time.
Yeah, that was where we would go. Like when I first, actually, probably when I interned here.
Yeah,
we would go there.
Why? Because it's been gone that long, huh? Yeah.
I mean, I know I went a little bit in college too, but yeah, it's been gone for a while. But that was a great spot. I enjoyed Torts a lot.
Yeah, those are the old days. Good days.
Yeah, good days.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about teeth extractions and
yeah,
working too much.
I really got a good face for radio.
No,
the
thing is like I didn't really notice it at first, and then when you started talking, and I'm like, "What's going on with your lip over here?" So did they just pull your lip out so bad that they bruised you? I would have a problem with that. I would have a problem. I would not give it 5 stars. I would tell you that.
I feel like they went in, they did their thing, and this was the result of it. I just don't know what else to say. I'm surprised. I'm a little bit perplexed by the whole thing that I feel like that I'm swollen and I'm this and that, but
they didn't do anything.
But we haven't made any progress.
Yeah.
My brother's like, no, it was still a surgery. I'm like, what's the surgery that they went in? It was exploratory. You went in and realized you couldn't do it, but you butchered me.
Yeah.
And this is what I look like, and I go back. What's he going to tell me in 2 weeks?
I know.
I don't even know where I'm going from here.
Know.
So. My brother's like, you got to stay the course, get your hands around it. Like it's your body. My Cappy from Johnson, well, you're not poor. You're not going to just blow it off. He's saying you go through the whole process. You just do. Nobody can tell me what to do. It's my call.
Right.
So I told my brother, I'm 54 years old. If I decide I want to abort this thing, and it's not about getting the refund on the second
no, it's
part
about
of it.
them like you going out and waking up and the same thing has happened. Like you got nothing accomplished.
Yeah, and how many more times do we do this? I mean, I'm not saying anything's guaranteed, but I thought that it was more like, all right, you waited the 3 months. We're ready to go here.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, and I remember being, I could barely walk to the car. I was groggy.
Well,
they put me out. Yeah, I was.
Under.
Yeah, but I remember when I had the tooth extracted, it wasn't that bad. But
well, maybe they gave you more stuff because they probably took a longer time trying to manage what was ever in there.
Yeah. So just so you know, I know we had to tweak our schedule for keeping score, whatever we do, and I know people know the dynamic a little bit. One day wasn't going to make me, I'm not going to look any better tomorrow.
Wow.
The day, I'm just saying, it's like, I've been icing, I've had packs on.
Should we get some ice from the fridge
No,
downstairs?
I mean, I iced enough this morning. I mean, this is what I look, this is me.
This is, well, just for a limited time only.
Imagine being in Antonio's right now and every customer's asking what happened. That's so annoying when you have to deal with that. So I'm better off. But now, the next time I go in there, I'm not going to have a vacation. So I'm going to what am I doing? I got to go to work the next day. I'm going to look like this again. Eventually.
I would take
you know what I'm saying?
I would do it on a.
He's got 2 offices. His office off Jefferson Boulevard is own.
Oh wow! Now you're giving.
He's there on Tuesdays.
A little more detail.
He's there on Tuesdays. So, listen,
we will get down to the bottom of this.
I'm going to be okay.
Yes.
But what are you going to do?
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
It's your vacation. You're supposed to be having fun. I thought we were going to hear some good stories. You're at certain spots.
The only thing I can say that I did do so far is I did have a night with one of our loyal listeners and fans, Mark Lombari.
Oh, yeah.
So even though I wasn't up for it, I said, you can only you're only going to get so many opportunities to do these types of things. He wanted to get rid of some of his memorabilia, so I was going over there to use it as an excuse to go over there, but just to spend some time with him. But again, I bring a Nino's pizza and I can barely eat the pizza.
No fun.
So I was like, and I ordered it like half cheese and pepperoni, half cheese and mushrooms, and they put both of the toppings on one side. They kind of mess it up, which turned out to be good because I just can't, I don't have I can't open my mouth. So I said I took the side with just the cheese and I ate 2 pieces. It was too much work. But we watched the Red Sox against the Royals and we did some memorabilia. Got some nice things from him. We had a good night. It was good to see Mark. He's one of the good guys.
Yes, very much so. All right. Well, I mean, that sucks, but we're gonna do our show.
I was thinking about it all week, Jess. I'm saying to myself, at one point I'm saying to myself, would I rather be at Antonio's? And I'm saying at the end of the day, I'm not saying I'd rather be home suffering in pain.
Yeah, but probably be distracted.
I'll take anything over these 11 days to not be in that building. There's nothing like it. I'm sorry. It's just how I feel.
Okay.
I'm adamant about it. I'm just like
I know, but
I could meditate. I cleaned my bathroom, stripped it top to bottom the other day. I got the bathroom done. But again, sometimes when I'm moving, it throbs when I'm moving too much.
Of course, because you got blood flow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and you're also on a little something, so you still kind of need your job. So let's not talk too much about how glad you're not there. All right, let's get into sports. All right. So in your pregame, which I don't even know if you remember sending the text. Oh, by the way, happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Glad the weather sucks. AJ Brown, closer and closer. Rumors coming to the Patriots. You mentioned if we do get him, we may have to say bye to another player. It may be like a trade-off
Yeah,
type
you
of
would
deal.
think it'd be a Keyshawn Booty. He seems to be the odd man out. I love how everybody says, well, there's a log jam in that wide receiver room right now. Is there?
No one's good.
Like Brown's not on the roster yet. He hasn't been traded to the Patriots, and you never know. It may not happen. You're hearing some other teams now that maybe Jacksonville's maybe in the mix. The Rams are in the mix. But my point is, like, what's the logjam? I mean, Booty's in the last year of his deal, his rookie deal. I mean, I don't equate him to like a Pop Douglas because he's a slot guy. You got Kyle Williams who's put on some weight in this offseason, so hopefully he can make the jump. That's the guy. That's the guy I'm hoping that pops. You know what I mean? No pun intended. But yeah, I still think the Brown thing has to happen, and it's too bad because I am not a huge. I've told you this. I don't really love AJ Brown that much. I think he's a bellyacher and a complainer. But this is obviously the move that they kind of put all their eggs in this basket, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. If they don't pick up Brown, they may have to go to Booty and extend him. I think probably the probability is he gets traded if Brown is added to the roster. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Steph Diggs is still out there, probably not going to come back, but you'd figure now as he's not guilty or found not guilty, he'll be on a roster pretty soon, you would think.
But don't you think that Drake May has a good rapport with Booty? Like they actually, connected a lot. So that would be I just feel bad because it's going to be him reworking. I mean, AJ Brown's excellent, but there's a connection that he's going to have to restart.
I'm just telling you what I believe a story could be as far as he could be on the move. I'm not saying I want to lose that player. I kind of like that player.
Me too.
You know, from year one where he didn't know where his feet were the first week. Don't forget he played.
Then he's messaging like he got a touchdown, but he didn't.
Yeah, but you don't forget too. Another guy that's been through a lot. 3 coaches in 3 years. Now, the Vrabel thing has worked, but he also played under Belichick, drafted by Belichick, 6th round out of LSU. Then he had Mayo for a year, so it's been tough for him to develop. But now he's got McDaniels there. There's a guy that he's another guy that bulked up a little bit, put on some weight. And what I liked about Booty, the biggest attribute I feel like he had, and I don't know if it was something I saw in his first year, I think it's something he developed, was the ability to go get those 50-50 balls. It seemed like when May would throw it up in an area, he seemed to be able to come down, he would fight for that ball. I don't know if it was the New Orleans game. There was one game, if you remember, early in the year against New Orleans where, he got a touchdown because Pop Douglas got one early and then got another one that got called back on a terrible call. And then Booty ended up getting the second one, and he beat the defender for the ball. He just seemed to be determined to get those 50-50 balls, and that makes all the difference in your next contract. Hopefully it'll be with the Patriots, but it sounds to me like where there's smoke, there's fire. It sounds like AJ Brown's heading to New England at some point, and Booty's probably going to be heading elsewhere. There's some value there, Jess. They don't have to trade him now.
Yeah.
They have money. They could, let him play his 4-year contract out. They could wait to the trade deadline and move him. If there's any injuries, because you don't know.
That's the thing. Like AJ Brown has a bad knee.
Well, but first of all, you got to get Brown first to have that leverage to say, you know what, or now there's a logjam. But as we sit here right now on the 24th and do keep and score May 24th, I don't see what everyone else is seeing. I think it's kind of I don't want to say a thin wide receiver room, but a lot of they're going to be running the ball a lot with 2 tight end sets. You got the blocking Jonah Hill, not Jonah Hill the actor, from Miami.
Super bad.
Yeah, but I think they're going to run the football and use the 2 tight ends. But it'll be interesting to see what happens as we embark upon another football season. How about Moneyball, Jonah Hill?
Oh yeah, good one. And what was the one where he lost a lot of weight?
21 Jump Street.
Was that the one? He looked better. Yeah.
All of a sudden, he was like, if he's next to Channing Tatum, all of a sudden, you
got to keep up.
I mean, come on, there.
Do your best you can.
Yeah, I like Hill.
Yeah, no, I like him too. They had some allegations about him being not
a nice guy.
Not a nice guy to women.
You ever see the you ever see his only scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Wait, now I gotta think about it.
Freaking funny, Jess. Like hilarious.
It's not the Coldplay part. When they're playing the games.
No, so remember Steve Carell's girlfriend that worked across the street in the eBay store?
Yes.
With
the shoes. He's like
he's sort of a cross-dresser a little bit of something.
Yes.
And he's like, and it does make sense. He's like, I don't understand that. Like, I just want to buy these. I just want to buy these shoes. I just want to put these on my body and walk on it. So it doesn't work like that. He's like, he goes, but you're making this very difficult. All I want to do is put these shoes on my body and walk. It was
the shoes with the fish in the thing, the bottom, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yes.
That was fun. I forgot about that. That he was in that. In other sports news, finally, Aaron Rodgers is retiring after the 2026 season. I don't think he needed to do another season, but who knows? He could be good, but I doubt it.
Mike McCarthy comes back. I mean, again, it's the whole, you're not 32 anymore. You're 42. But it's like, all right, one more year. I just feel like Pittsburgh just continues to spin their wheels with the quarterback position. They just, since Roethlisberger left, I know you didn't like Ben for a lot of his off-field antics, but they haven't fixed that quarterback position, and Rodgers is not going to get them over the hump. I saw enough last year to know that he's serviceable. You maybe will get 9-10 wins. By the way, that's a must-win week 2. I hate to say it, and that's crazy. Week 2, must-win. Patriots have got them week 2. I believe it's at home again. You got to beat Pittsburgh this year with the way that schedule's going the first 4 games.
I would just be, as I was Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, it would be it's Sunday, September 20th. It's a 1:00 game at home at the Steelers.
You got $25 million for this year, I believe they said in that neighborhood. Yeah, that's what I heard, around 25.
Unbelievable. He still doesn't have a wife. I know that. Still believe that's fake. Whatever. Don't do the what? I want you to pop your stitches.
This is challenging.
It is.
I'm looking forward to the break
40,
soon.
40 minutes left, and we have a break right now. We'll be right back.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion, promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org. No one wants to be involved in an accident, but if there is an occurrence, the best place to take your vehicle is Northeast Auto Body in Johnston. They have a state-of-the-art collision and service center complete with the latest in mechanical and collision repair. But they're a business that handles more than just body work. They provide services such as vehicle inspections, mechanical work, rentals, paintless dent removal, 24-hour towing, and more. Northeast Auto Body, serving New England for over 20 years. Get it done right the first time. Northeast Auto Body, 775 Hartford Ave in Johnston, and at neautobody.com. All right, let's talk NBA. And I will say this, these games have been absolutely superior. Eastern Western Conference Finals. I'm enjoying watching. I mean, to me, this is like I know it's the East and West Conference, but I think this is like, I think these matchups are probably better than what the finals will give us.
Yeah, and of course, if you look out west, you might feel like that should be the sort of like, San Antonio, OKC. I know there are a lot of late games. San Antonio, they play at like 8:00, so a little bit earlier. But these both series look like they got some length to it. Of course, the Knicks, they come out, they're down 22 with 8 minutes to go, and Mitchell, Harden, and the Cavs just totally gag it away. I don't know what Kenny Atkinson was doing with 4 timeouts left, decided not to use any of them. You can't take them back to the hotel. I just didn't understand that. And by the way, how long are you going to let Harden just on an island all by himself? How about double team? Bring a couple of guys at Brunson. I mean, they got to have somebody off the bench. I'll tell you another guy who's a scrappy guy for Cleveland. I like Max Strus. He's a guy that plays like he's played for Miami. He thinks he's a pretty boy now. He's got the little bow. He's got the little bow. No, he's got like the little I can't explain what he's got.
Like the man bun?
Yeah, he's got the man bun. He's a pretty boy now. He's all like jacked now. He put on a little bit of weight, but he's in shape.
Okay.
And he can shoot the 3 ball. And he's an agitator and he can defend. They had to give some different looks. They just kept running Harden at that. And Brunson just had a field day. He scored 15 in the fourth quarter. I didn't understand it.
Like, I understand that that's supposed to be 2 of your high, caliber players, and I get that that's what people want to watch. You want to see that dynamic, but Harden can't keep up with Brunson. Like, what kind of a joke is that?
No,
that's ridiculous.
I mean, they had the lead 22 with 8 to go. You almost don't even have enough possessions left in that game to win.
Right.
I mean, you'd have to really give it up, and they gave it up. And of course, the kid Merrill almost hit a 3-pointer at the buzzer that would have won it, and ended up going overtime. It was in and out. I mean, it was 3/4 of the way down. Sam Merrill, he almost hit the 3-pointer, but it wasn't to be for Cleveland. But I mean, to me, that's one That's backbreaker city. You had a chance to steal that first game, and I'm gonna say, and listen, it's a long series. Anything can happen. I don't see Cleveland recovering from that one. San Antonio, Oklahoma City. SGA had a couple of struggles early in that series.
I mean, they were on him. When I'm watching that game, and I know that actually both games for OKC, and I know they were at home for the first two. They were getting away with a little. I mean, I'm not saying the refs. There's a lot that's like off the ball action that's been happening, and they're being very, very physical, especially with Wemby. And they were on him. Like, I've never seen defense on SGA that tight.
Okay, now I'm going
to
to counter that and tell you I've got people in my camp telling me that like SGA gets away with everything, so he gets all the calls. So like but I think I'm more on your side on this one because what I've been watching so far, it looks like they've been very, very physical with him.
Yes,
and it looks like they're all over him. They're throwing different guys at him. And they have a lot of guys, those interchangeable pockets.
Yeah, they're resting people up.
Stephen Castle, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes. All right, he's a little older. He comes off the bench. They get a lot of different looks. They throw it. De'Aaron Fox has been hurt so far. So obviously now Dylan Hopper, the number 2 pick out of Rutgers, Ron Hopper's son,
hammy.
He got hurt the other night too. Well, Jalen Williams hurt his hammy for OKC, grade 2 hammy. Right. And I think Dylan Hopper, it was maybe his ankle or his leg. Either way, both guys got hurt. It's worse for San Antonio. They're in a lot of trouble if they don't have Fox or Hopper. Stephen Castle's an absolute superstar in the making, but 20 turnovers in 2 games. That's a record for a 2-game span in the NBA playoffs. But great basketball and very talented teams. It's fun to watch.
No, it is. And with the turnovers, do you think that's the case of that's what he got away with regular season, and now during the playoffs things are bumped up a notch and every play is more important, and you think he's probably played like that all season and probably got away with it? Because I doubt this is like he's for the first time he's going to be getting that many turnovers.
Everything's amplified. I will say everything's jacked up now. It's playoff basketball, but I did see a couple like late in the game. There was a minute left and they had a chance to go ahead and Castle threw a pass to the baseline. The one guy went one way, the pass went the other. It was sort of like an unforced turnover. Some things you have to be more careful with the ball. If San Antonio's gonna have a chance in this series, Wembanyama is off the charts. Like he's just something else, man.
Like you can't go anywhere in the paint. You can't because his arm span.
This is fun. I'm loving that series.
Me too.
Like, so obviously I still think when the smoke clears. God, I don't know how to pick it out there. I'm going to say OKC only because they won it last year, and I still think they have enough with Hartenstein and Caruso had 30 one game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the leader of that team, kind of. SGA is just the talent. But I think the leader of that guy, the guy who really, the glue guy is Caruso for the team. Caruso and Hartenstein, those are the 2 guys they picked up in free agency a couple of years ago. They make all the difference. Jalen Williams hasn't been able to stay healthy with that hamstring. He's in and out of the lineup, but I think that they have enough. Chet Holmgren's a guy that looks like he's underachieved. He needs to step up. He's been a little bit soft.
Yeah.
I think Wemby's been clearly outplaying him, but Wembanyama is a special talent, and I'm excited about the rest of that series.
I do feel like someone is going to get hurt. Because the way that they're playing, you see how they're grabbing Wemby's arm, like he is pulling it behind him. Now, keep in mind, he has a lot of arm, and I get that. But the way, it almost looks like they're trying to pop his shoulder right out of his body, which I get it. That's how you play. But it's just the aggression and like I've never seen it so physical.
It's funny. It made me think. You said that. It made me think of the other series, the Knicks Cavs game 1. It was a play. Someone was coming down the lane and Towns grabbed the guy's like either Mobley or somebody's arm. Just grabbed like that's and then they don't think they should get called for it. What did I do?
Roll the tape. I hate that run. That thing.
I'm so tired of everything. Challenge.
And
Stop it now.
Why did Wemby want to do? So it was 2. They lose a timeout and they challenge. Even though they win a challenge, they don't get that timeout back. It doesn't matter.
I think at one point it's just you lose it no matter what or something. It's weird. Then if it goes overtime, you get one back or something like that.
Because I guess it was to keep from Wemby. It was in the second quarter. It was from keeping him from getting his 3rd foul. Yeah. But at the same point, I'm like, that's only not even the second half yet. Yeah. And you're already blown your 2 challenges. Well, these games are close. Like
you got to be really careful when you use them and how you go about doing that. But this is fun. I mean, this is, like I said, it's setting up for a great NBA final and enjoying the playoffs. Obviously the Celtics not in it, but you start to see like, you look at the East right now, like where these teams are, and you think like Boston, like how they came up, just came up so short. It's a little disappointing.
Super short.
I'm trying to be the basketball fan and enjoy it, and I'm enjoying it.
But do you think that Celtics, even if they were in it, they wouldn't beat OKC, and they definitely wouldn't beat the Spurs, and I don't think they would have beat the Knicks. I think the Cavs they could have dealt with. I agree with you. Well, who do you want to see in the finals?
I think just for the fact, I have to look at it this way: what series would I enjoy more?
Yeah.
Clearly, I want, and even though I'm usually anti New York teams, I don't hate the Knicks the way I would hate like the Yankees, the Giants. So you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I would say I'd like to see Knicks. I'd like to see Knicks. I could live with Knicks against
one
either
of them.
team.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it's going to be Knicks and OKC, and I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. And by the way, I didn't know that the Spurs actually have a younger average than, because everyone was always talking about OKC having the youngest team, but it's actually the Spurs. The average age is, I think, 24 or 23.
They've got a terrific nucleus there. And, of course, you go get some veterans. Harrison Barnes is an older player. Luke Cornett in free agency they picked up. Has done a nice job. So, I mean, he's got a lot of good players there. Some bad news, and I don't say bad news. Every coach is hired to be fired, but the Dallas Mavericks did part ways with Jason Kidd after 5 years. And of course, don't forget, new GM Masai Ujiri. He was the GM in Toronto when they won it a few years ago. He knows how to put a team together. Gonna want his own guy in there. So of course, Jason Kidd after 5 years. And I got to put this one this was out of Kidd's hands only because I just think the deck was stacked against him with all the injuries. Nico Harrison trading Luka, just so many things that happened there. And then just Kyrie goes down, and they bring the unibrow in, never plays.
Right.
So there's just too many things going on there. So
although not any of it his fault.
I'm not saying I love Jason Kidd as a coach, but he definitely grew on me. And I say that, I always say, retread. He coaches again somewhere if he chooses to. I think he's a good basketball guy.
All right, very good. We're going to move on to baseball. I mean, I know you're making fun of it, but they did sweep. They won 3 in a row, and I get it. It was against a terrible team. But you also consider the Red Sox a terrible team.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you prefer a terrible team beating another terrible team?
Trust me, 3 W's is 3 W's.
Right.
I'm not going to throw a party. I'm not ordering playoff tickets, but
No.
There's hope. The sad part is, and you know me, I always tell you, until you get to 500, you're not even relevant in my eyes.
Yeah.
And they're 5 games under, so I'm not going to get excited at all. But if you went and saw the records of some of these American League teams, the Red Sox are literally, I think, 2 games out of the last wild card spot. So, how about this, Jess? You're coming home now to face the Twinkies this weekend, okay? And then, of course, Atlanta comes in. They're going to face Chris Sale next week. But my point is, you're home. How about winning some home games?
I know. They're spending all that money.
They're over 500. They're over 500 on the road. They have the least amount of wins in MLB at home. I think we have 8 wins. They're 8-14 at home. I think the Anaheim Angels have 9 wins at home. So every team's at least in double digits on their home field.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox just can't get going at home. So, the Kansas City series was nice. It's no coincidence when you pitch, you have a chance to win. And Jarren Duran, I'll tell you one thing. He had a monster series offensively and defensively. The guy is a game changer when he's locked in. I think that, these 3 games, I'm not saying, sell high, but the value is going back up. If they can somehow get some value for this guy, I still would move him.
Okay.
I think he's too much of a head case. He gets too combative with the fans. He takes the cheese.
They know how to get to him.
He takes the cheese every time. It's like, you know what? Listen, I feel terrible about the whole thing with the attempted suicide. But if you want to go on Netflix and talk about your struggles, you're gonna there's some rotten people in the world.
Yes, of course.
If you can't handle it, then don't talk about it. Okay, so you can't flip people off. You can't do stuff like that. He's still doing way too much of that. I would move Duran, but he had a monster series. Conley Early was
so that's good for us, though.
Yeah,
I mean you.
Yeah,
because people will grab them.
Exactly. So you'd have a little bit of value. Actually, would like to get something back for him.
Right.
They still have a log jam in the outfield. Although Roman Anthony's still out, looks like he's allergic to playing. I don't know what's going on there, but I told you.
Maybe you should wear a shirt that you got last year. Bring him back.
Hands and wrist. I worry about it. I'm concerned about that. But no, the pitching's been good. Peyton Tolley had a nice outing against the Braves in Atlanta. 8 innings, only had 3 strikeouts, but he was pounding the zone with strikes.
Good.
I like what he's been doing. Sonny Gray's been terrific. He's 5-1. He's been good. Ranger Suarez didn't get out of the 50 of the night, but the bullpen picked it up. Chapman's been lights out at the back of the bullpen, struggling a little bit with his control, but he took a ball off his foot with the he took a ball in the foot the other night with the bases loaded, a line drive back to the mound, would have tied the game. Went off his foot. He went right after the ball, didn't even hesitate and scooped it to first. The Red Sox got a big win. That was the middle Braves game. That was the Tolley game.
Okay.
So the Red Sox had a 4-2 road trip. So I can't complain about that. You lost 2 out of 3 in Atlanta. The one guy who's really kind of killing the buzz right now, who I think has to go, is Brian Bayo. He's got to go. I think I said this last week. I mean, Bayo and Duran, that was the rumored package for like a Mike Trout type thing, or just get him out of town. I think he's not cut out for the market. They're talking about sending him down. I mean, he's got a 4-year deal right now. He's been on the team like 5-6 years now. You're going to send him down? I mean, it's like, I say,
why bother?
I say you get him out of there.
Right.
You move him somewhere. Because with his, Bugs Bunny change up and all that, his sink, he's just, He looked like he was defeated. The game was over in Atlanta the other day. Like for a couple of games, just they were using openers for him because he's been so bad in the first inning.
Right, like it's in his head or something.
And it was working. And then they finally gave him the game from the rip the other day, and he three-run homer to Austin Riley in the first inning. And when the Red Sox are down 3-0 at the beginning, it's over.
Yeah, because they can't score runs. That's the whole thing.
No.
Like if their pitching's good, their defense on the field hasn't been bad. So it's just they can't create more than 4 runs a game.
Yeah, well,
no, that's max.
I mean, literally, I love Lou Maloney. He was literally begging the other night. He's like, "Can we get 2 this inning? Can we get 3?" He was begging on the broadcast. Like, you're supposed to be a little bit more like, a broadcast. He was like, he wants it so bad. He's like, can we maybe get 3? He was trying to say the magic number. If you get the 3, we got a chance. Or 4, you're going to win the game. The record when you get 4. And it's frustrating to watch them just struggle to score runs. There was even a play the other night. They won the game. Durant gets a leadoff triple.
And they leave him there.
You've got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up, and they can't punch a run across. And by the way, Contreras was at the plate. He's been good. He won 2 games for them last week with back-to-back 2-run homers, one in Atlanta and one against Kansas City.
Oh, nice.
But he's at the plate, and now he's got 2 strikes on him. You're about to be out of the inning. Durant on a pass ball tries to score. The ball was like almost right in front of the catcher, right to the right. Yeah. He was out by like 10 feet. But you know what? I like the move.
Yeah, take
because
the chance.
you knew you were like kind of like the inning was dead, so he just took a shot. So everyone's gonna say Durant's kind
of. You
may
never get anybody at third again.
Yeah, it was Durant's first triple of the year. It was like 114 exit velo off the bat. I mean, he's been stroking. He had a big home run in that series, 2 big home runs.
So I mean, I'm sure he realizes, or maybe he doesn't. Like if he plays well, that only is worse for him if he wants to stay. Like anyone that plays really well on the Red Sox, I think is off to be like, all right, bye, because we need somebody else.
Well,
but if he's the one that's actually hitting and that's how you're winning, then isn't there something to be said to keep him?
There is, but like I'm just saying, at some point, I feel like we've already done this dance with him. Corey didn't want him traded last year in the pennant race. So, like, how many times are we going to let him get one hot streak? Say, all right, well, we got to keep this guy. I think you still should move him. He does give his body up. He does play hard when he's out there, but he still gets, like I said, with the fans. He had a problem in Kansas City years ago. They were throwing bottle caps at him in center field, and he bought into it. Like he shouldn't. I mean, he shouldn't have to deal with that. But I'm saying,
pretty sure you would be set off if someone was throwing bottle caps.
But he brings a lot of it on himself. So I mean, just right now the team is just kind of like. I still, I'm not too excited about Kansas City, but 3 wins is 3 wins. Come home now. You got Minnesota coming in. No Joe Ryan this weekend. He pitched the other day, so they don't have to face Joe Ryan. He pitched on Wednesday, so they should be able. If you can get 2 out of 3 from Minnesota, maybe get 2 out of 3 from Atlanta. Sales coming in. The Red Sox are going to start facing some good teams. You got the Yankees coming. You got the Yankees coming up soon. I think on the road. They got to go to. They got to go to New York. They got to go to Tampa Bay, who doesn't lose. It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
but they lose in October. So it's a long season, but they're still relevant, but 22 and 27, not that much to be excited about.
Well, not much to be excited about as a Yankee fan either, because all I would do is check the scores and lose, loss. Like how they lose? Did they lose every game against the Mets, or they won 1?
No, so they lost 2 out of 3 against the Mets in the Subway Series. They got swept in Milwaukee the week before that.
Right.
Then in between there, they lost 2 out of 3 against Baltimore in Baltimore, who they stink.
Right.
I told you before the season, no pitch, and Baltimore's going nowhere with the polar bear. That team's weak. But they did lose 7-9. They came home and did beat Toronto 2 out of 3. Cam Schlittler did lose his first game of the season, but even when he loses, he's really good.
Okay.
He's really good. He lost to the kid Trey Savage. Toronto salvaged the third, I think, game 3 of that series. And, of course, Garrett Cole came back Friday night. So there's a lot to like for the Yankees. I think they'll be fine. Volpe's been back in there at shortstop for a while. He's been up and down. He's had a couple of big hits, but of course he's
needs to
he's
a lot more big hits.
He's under the microscope. But the Yankees are 30 and 20. Then there's no problem right now. I know they're not going to run away and hide with anything, but I think their pitching's good enough.
Anytime I wear anything Yankees, they lose. Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we thank our sponsors?
Yeah, real quick. Ohtani's only got 8 home runs this year, which is way down for him because I think I told you he's focusing more on the pitching.
The Cy Young.
The other night he did both. He pitched 5 scoreless against the Padres. His ERA is the best since Fernando Valenzuela's 0.50. I think it's 0.73. He got another victory in that game. I think he's 4-1 or 5-1. Dodgers are right up at the top with the Padres, who they beat the Dodgers the other night behind Michael King from Hendrick.
Oh, yay!
King was terrific against the Dodgers. He had it going on both sides
Wish
of the
he was
plate.
Back at the Yankees.
Yeah, King's a really good player. Tough to stay healthy, but a good pitcher when healthy.
All right, very good. We're going to come back with a quick NHL.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion, promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org. No one wants to be involved in an accident, but if there is an occurrence, the best place to take your vehicle is Northeast Auto Body in Johnston. They have a state-of-the-art collision and service center complete with the latest in mechanical and collision repair. But they're a business that handles more than just body work. They provide services such as vehicle inspections, mechanical work, rentals, paintless dent removal, 24-hour towing, and more. Northeast Auto Body, serving New England for over 20 years. Get it done right the first time. Northeast Auto Body, 775 Hartford Ave in Johnston, and at neautobody.com. All right, so what do we got in the hockey world? I think the Sabres go to Game 7, right?
Yeah,
and then they ended
Montreal
up losing
beat them in Game 7
in overtime, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Tough.
talk about a season for them, though.
Yeah,
Honestly, no one thought they were
They
going
had
to
a
be
good
that
ride,
far.
and again, another New York team. But I would have liked to have seen the Sabres, even though they beat the Bruins. They kind of were more enjoyable to watch. I'll never root for Montreal. I've never been a Canadiens fan. They've always had the Bruins number, but
Right.
It's obviously Eastern Conference Finals. Here's what I'm going to be looking at, Jess, in this series. Montreal.
Oh, wow. Why is
Carolina-
he still playing? Okay, sorry.
Carolina has the home ice in this series.
Yep.
They had 11 days off in between because they were so dominant. They've been
that may
killing
be a bad
everybody.
thing.
That could really work the other way. So it'll be interesting. I got my eye on that series. And of course, out west, Vegas. I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, Bruce Cassidy got the gate. I wasn't happy about that, but John Tortorella can get it done for short periods of time. Vegas is up 1-0 after a 4-2 win in Colorado on Wednesday. So Colorado's been dominant in the postseason. So Vegas is hungry. They may be looking for another cup. They won it a few years ago with Cassidy.
Yeah, but with Cassidy, they got there because of him. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't like they weren't going to be there because it wasn't like he was detrimental to the team. They just were done with him.
No, but their best player, Mitch Marner, there supposedly there was some internal stuff going on there where he didn't get along with Cassidy. Who knows? And they're not going to get rid of usually the players stay, the coach goes.
Right.
And obviously, like I said, they're just it's unbelievable how Tortorella has been all over the place. He's coached like 7 teams, but he seems to always have teams in the hunt until his act gets tired. He seems to be a very similar personality to Cassidy, a little bit more volatile. So maybe it works. So if you go on a run, so far it's working. I don't know what their decision went into it, but it's working because they're right there.
Who was the announcer that we had in studio from the Vegas Nights? He was excellent. Remember when?
Oh my God,
he was so good.
What a voice! He was terrific.
Know.
I honestly,
he still works there,
it's
right?
not going to pot. Yes, he does.
He was great.
He was a really nice guy. I forgot he was. We did have him in studio. It was
yeah,
great.
I know. That was.
Didn't they just win the cup when we had him in?
Yeah, and then he was just saying that he moved to Vegas, but he was an announcer for the Bruins. I think for a while.
He was like
He's
P
from
Bruins,
here.
and he did some Boston Bruins. Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I
I
can't
know
remember his name. That's bad.
Not Dave Gosha.
Yeah, it was
Was it
Gosha,
Gosha?
wasn't it? Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was
Yeah,
great.
so I mean, that's something to look forward to.
I
That would be the only connection I would have to the Vegas
I
Nights.
couldn't do any of the sports, but I could tell you for sure. Obviously, baseball's in my DNA. I could do it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say something.
I know I couldn't do hockey. I don't know with all the line changes how you could, like Sean McDonough. Give me a break. How do you know when these guys are coming on and off the ice? And,
I know.
And Bob Beers does the Bruins along with Judd Surratt. They do a great job. Andy Brickley. I love our Bruins radio and TV voices, but hockey to me is the most difficult. Football too, because I never understood how quick you could say, and I know that they have a lot at their disposal now, but to be able to see a play, say a guy runs the football, to know that he got 3 yards or 4 yards, you got to know it right on the spot to say he picked up 2.5 or picked up 3. It's tough.
And hockey's so fast. Like there is the like you said, the substitutions are ridiculous. They're just jumping off the bench and they could be both teams same time.
Basketball is up and down. It's
when they're coming in.
But I know it's going. Like hockey, I just wouldn't even be able to pick it up. You know what I mean? Like on and off the ice, they only have 1.5 to 2 minutes a shift each time. I marvel at that. But yeah, so it's getting close. You're getting close to the NBA finals and the NHL finals. They're kind of coinciding with each other. It's exciting time.
All right. And then do you have anything to talk about in the PC world? I know you didn't give me any of that in the show prep, or everything's been quiet.
No, they picked up the kid Barnaby from he's a redshirt junior, I believe, from University of Nevada, Las Vegas. He looks like more of a bang, 6'9", 230. Looks like a little bit limited offensively, but could give Brian Hodgkin another guy up front to help out with the in the front court, because they look to be a team that's they have a lot of length on the wing. They look like they're gonna be that kind of athletic team that's gonna play up and down and and defend, and with Dink Pate and Miles Bird. And I know the Dink Pate thing's gonna be a tough thing for you to get your hands around.
Because I can say, when I say you're a dink, it's like an insult. I
think they had him on the like some people already had him probably all Big East. He's that good. Yeah.
All right. Well, good. We need something good on Big East.
3 years in the G League, he's pumping in like 17 a game. He can score the ball. So what's he going to do at the college level? If he can do it against pros, there's a good chance he can do it.
Which leads me to believe, would he do 1 year here, have success, and then just leave?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I hate about this. That's what I hate about this whole setup.
Commonplace. Yeah. That's commonplace.
I don't like that. You can't this season.
Yeah. Don't get excited.
Buy a jersey.
Don't get excited about. Yeah. Don't get excited about anybody. Just enjoy the year and take that year as it comes. And if a guy stays 2 years, it's gravy. It's bonus.
That's ridiculous.
It's tough. It's tough.
All right. Well, listen, buddy, you're going through it. 15 minutes left. We're almost there. Let's get to birthdays. It is Sunday, May 24th, Memorial Day weekend. Who was born today?
This is one of the quiet superstars in NBA history. I mean, I call him a superstar.
Spud Webb.
No, but during that era, the great Joe Dumas is 63.
Oh, okay.
I know the short shorts in the backcourt with
Pistons.
Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, the bad boys. Joe Dumas, class act, one of the quieter guys. He wasn't a Liam Bear or a Mahorn. He played. He let his playing do all the talking, and then of course went on to be a front office guy for the Pistons years later. But a Hall of Fame god, 2-time NBA champ, 6-time All-Star. Joe Dumas, one of the class acts. He is 63. One other NBA player. I don't know how I feel about this guy. He made the Hall of Fame. I didn't even know that. But Tracy McGrady is 47.
47?
Yeah.
He's younger than me.
Yeah, McGrady's 47, 2-time scoring champ, Orlando, Toronto, Houston. And I think he got a ring with Popovich in San Antonio, but by that time he was just the 12th guy on the end of the bench. He got just to validate his career. He's got a little hardware, but he didn't contribute to it. But Tracy McGrady, who now works for NBC, doing the games in the pre and post game with Carmelo and Vince Carter, Maria Taylor. So Tracy McGrady is 47. Shifting over to the entertainment side. Movie actor and one of my favorites, John C. Reilly, is 61.
All right,
got a little bit of a lookalike to Will Ferrell, as they, of course, have been friends for a long time. I go Step Brothers, Boogie Nights,
Ricky Bobby.
I never saw Talladega Nights, but that was mentioned.
Yep.
And I go, me, if I can equate it to sports, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
He was the catcher he was Kevin Costner's catcher in For the Love of the Game with when he was Costner pitched for the Tigers and threw the perfect game against the Yankees. Kelly Preston was his girlfriend in that, but John C. Reilly was his catcher.
Kelly Preston.
Yeah. Yeah. So John C. Reilly's Step Brothers was great.
That's fantastic.
Classic.
And by the way, Talladega Nights is going to be back in movie theaters for its 20-year anniversary at the end of June. So I think it's June 29th, 30th, and July 1st only.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know.
And by the way, I hope it's not true, because you never know what's true. Hollywood, TMZ, all this stuff. John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, good friends over the course of years, done a lot of work together. But I heard, equating it to sports again, when I told you about that show, that little 2-season thing they did on HBO called Winning Time about the Laker dynasty. John C. Reilly got the role of Jerry Buss. Okay. And he was terrific, by the way. And I guess Farrell wanted it and didn't get, and he gave it to Reilly, and they've had a rift ever since then.
Oh no!
So I hope that's not true. Hopefully it's just just hearsay. But hey, you can't get every gig. Someone's got to do the job. But I got to say, listen, I love Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
But John C. Reilly was great as Jerry Buss. He had the shirt open and womanizing and the whole thing. Dr. Jerry Buss running the league. I know.
Two not attractive men, by the way.
No.
Not even close.
They have those circular little hairy chests, like the circular hair that's not attractive.
Not attractive.
No. Not that mine is. Like,
And
believe
they
me,
always show it, by the
Yeah.
way, which
No,
is the
you are-
biggest problem.
you are
It's
so
like
right about that.
no one ever wants to see it.
I
but
mean, even
they're
in
like-
Boogie Nights, I mean, he was riding Diggler in that. No pun intended, not literally, but I mean, like, he wasn't the guy. Neither was Philip Seymour Hoffman, another talented guy
Oh, my
before
God.
his time. But
Did you see what I did with that on our Instagram when I did Celtics Game 7? I made that with
Yes,
Along
the
Came
bricks.
Polly because I
Yes.
thought you love that movie.
I
And
do.
Jennifer Aniston looks really good in that movie.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, she, yes. I mean, listen. Whatever she says, I'm in. But she was a little slob in that, though.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
disgusting.
yeah, she,
it was disgusting.
Go inside the restaurant. She's eating the peanuts out of the thing that someone else touched. Now, still, he's worse than me. He was a little bit too the other way.
Yes,
but
yeah, no.
she had what? Did she have a little muskrat or something in the
Yeah,
house?
it was a ferret, I think, right?
Ferret, yes,
yeah,
yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
All right,
But those
very
are my
good.
birthdays and release. Well, no releases. My my birthdays for May 24th.
All right, very nice. Well, listen, you want to rip into me? You got 12. Nope. 10, 11 minutes to do it.
No,
Go
I just thought it was funny because, like, you know what, like, it was even like, and I'm a little bit behind on keeping scores. I'm on vacation, so I'll probably, like, you know, hit up YouTube and kind of watch them all. But I actually get to hear from people. It's nice when, like, someone brings it up.
Nice.
You know, they brought up the sweatshirt thing. They brought up the
Did they
sweat.
get a free one
And
from
I'm
me?
saying to myself, you know what? Now that I think about it, and you had so much going on last week, we didn't really get to talk about it. You had Derulo coming in. I saw
Yeah.
the van outside, the bus.
Did you take a picture of it? No one took it.
No. I
I should have told you.
But the bus is outside. You had a lot going on. And I'm saying to myself, like, and I gotta admit, you were cerebral. You were cute, though. Like, you know, you already knew I was taking it on the chin. And then, like, as the conversation went from Teddy to all of a sudden, like, Cassandra to there was someone else in the mix, too. I don't even know. And then
no,
little,
it was all the
little-
free ones
little-
with Teddy and Cassandra.
little Jess was in the mix. She did something. I don't
she
know.
gave it to Cassandra.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm like, all of a sudden, like, I'm linked to Glistening Goddess. I don't even know if she walked in this office right now. This podcast studio, I wouldn't know who she is.
She's been texting me the whole time. She and her sister Alex have been texting because they're very into the story of the restaurant also on Cranston Street by you. There's numerous police in East Greenwich, and they wanted you to see that.
Yeah, it was clear that when you asked me, and it was just you making conversation last week as we're kind of having a little, not fun. That's not fun.
No.
But, you know, the last 10 minutes of the show here, you know, the fact that I got this, you know, that there were some things I couldn't say to you that I probably knew already about
Yes.
the whole
Oh, yes,
situation.
yes.
So it's like, you just hope that, like, you're talking about people's lives now.
Yeah.
And you start talking about,
It's not funny anymore.
Doesn't sound like a really good guy here, but like that's,
Right.
you burn people, you're just really ashamed.
I know.
It's really, really a tough situation. You just hope everything plays out and, life does go on. But, back to the merch and the swag. And you're like, yeah, I gave Cassandra one too. I'm like, what?
Well, I mean,
Everybody's-
Teddy
I'm like,
Bruschi
yeah, well,
having a
Bruce
peeping score.
snagged it and gave it to his son.
Well,
I'm just saying, like, and
He was on TV. He reposted me the other day.
sure,
just saying-
why not?
Because I'm just like, oh my God, imagine if he's actually wearing the Keeping Score
Yeah.
sweatshirt, but he had a vest on.
I could have sworn there was someone else you mentioned too, but you haven't. It was like, where's it end over here? Okay, and then, like I said, then I walked into Dunkin' the other day, and this was funny because I saw like a big Fryer fan, one of my Fryer insiders.
Okay.
He said, "Are you in a different studio now?" I said, "No, why?" So I saw the lighting; it looks really great. I go, "That's ironic." I said because Jess was complaining
We
about
looked
that.
washed out.
That lighting last week, she was unhappy with it. He goes, "Well, it looked good." You guys said, "All right, then if it ain't broke, we just roll with it." But the moral of the story is, people.
You know what? Everybody that watches can come in here and do the friggin' lighting and do the editing and post it on YouTube, put it in the studio, put it online.
Yeah.
Everyone else can do it.
Listen, there's nobody like you. How did the Derulo interview go?
Oh my God, he was great. He was fantastic. Editing it was not fun, but artists don't come to the radio station anymore just because you can do so much with technology. You can do Zoom. They don't have to leave their house. They can just talk to you. Like, for him to come here was a big deal. He's obviously an artist that has over 250 million followers. He has Grammy Award. Like he was excellent. He was very low key, easy, nice, smelled
Yeah.
good, which is helpful. Doesn't smell like, a lot of people come in here and smell like weed. He didn't.
No, I respect that.
Yeah.
I mean,
So he was just, I could ask him anything. He didn't care. Like it was
Nice.
a very chill conversation. But yeah, last Friday was busy. So to make up for the fact that we didn't post our video because I said, get out of here because the tour bus is here. I posted some other videos from the highlights from the show that I posted on our socials, which we got Nate to respond. Miranda was in there loving some of the clips. So, that's what we do. So spread joy.
I wonder if the McGraws saw it.
I don't know. I tagged, so Jerry follows us.
Yeah.
So I tagged him in it. I don't know. Maybe he can't deliver Michael Jordan and he doesn't want to respond. But yeah. So anyway, that was pretty much it. But
How much time we got left?
6 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. What do you got for entertainment? So I've been home. I did blast through a
what are
couple of
we
things.
watching? I'm disappointed in it. Season 3 of Euphoria right now. It's almost too dark. I feel dirty watching it. At the end of the show, they say, if you know someone who has a problem, text Euphoria to blah, blah. I'm like, I now have a problem because I'm watching this show.
Yeah.
Jess likes it, but the last episode, I think it was episode 5 or something, it's just so dark. It's almost like a Breaking Bad situation with younger people.
So now I've told you I've had some rough patches, I just thought of another thing that I've been. Now they say it's free on my bill right now, but I've never had HBO Max set up.
Okay.
But I guess at some point I was paying for it, and eventually I'm gonna have to pay for it again. But I can't execute it. The lady on the phone said I've never seen anything like this. She was trying to talk me through it. It says connect your provider, subscribe, whatever, sign in. Couldn't do any of that. I went in person the other day, right to the mall. I went right in there to talk to someone.
You have Cox?
Yes.
So you need Verizon.
They go, we've never seen anything like this before. It's almost like my house is haunted. Like I can't get anything. I was gonna watch The Pit. I'll be honest with you. Steve Carell, the Roost is good.
Yes, you said that.
I watched a few of those.
Mhm.
My significant other put me on to.
You didn't like it.
This one, no. There's another one. You sleep with the lights on if you want to see Ripley. Have you seen Ripley?
No, that's the one you're talking about. I don't want to see that.
No, all right. So I mean, he's in Italy and the whole thing. But then she put me on. I'm in the middle of it right now. I'm halfway through 56 days.
Okay, what's that about?
It's
someone being sober. I don't want
the guy and the girl. The guy and the girl are both sketchy. So it's up to you to figure out who's the
when you can trust.
Yeah, and it's like right now, and it keeps flashing back and forth to to the present day and 56 days of their relationship. And this is and by the way, the funny thing is it's based in Boston, where they're in Boston, and it makes reference to something going on with this the main character, the male character. He's got ties to Rhode Island, and he mentions Narragansett, Rhode Island, but
where they stab people on the beach.
They said Dell's Lemonade in Rhode Island was mentioned.
Oh, that was my question of the week on Pro FM.
What was the question?
What's your favorite Dell's flavor?
Oh. Well, I mean, for years I haven't had Dell's in forever, but I would obviously go lemon, but I would I'd go watermelon.
Those are the two most popular, lemon and then watermelon.
Or I go with
Some people do half.
like the blueberry, but then it's all over my mouth.
Yeah,
my face, imagine me looking like that today.
It's kind of already.
But 56 days is I'm right now. I'm kind of in the middle of it, but I'm not saying I recommend it. I think that's Prime. It's on Prime.
Okay.
But it's
I always forget about
It's
Prime.
8 episodes and it's got my attention. I mean, I've got some time on my hands now.
Yeah. So what's up for the rest of the week besides recovering?
That's pretty much it. I mean, there's
then when do you go back to work?
Wednesday, yeah.
I already got text today about going to see Dean and asking him questions. I said, Dean is on vacation.
Oh, right.
Thanks
so
for listening to the podcast. Yep. So Wednesday, you're going back to work.
I go back Wednesday, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Listen, like I said, 11 days, no Antonios is 11 days. I know what you're saying.
Have they text you at all? Be like, hey, you around?
No, Anthony Jr. was sending pictures of like Paul's bar, saying Paul can handle all the takeout. You can't. Just nonsense. And I'm not responding. I'm not taking.
They miss you.
I guess.
See, I mean, honestly, it's like I'm not saying you run the place, but you kind of do. You're the only one that's been there you have the longest. You're the senior there.
At one point, Christian called me like 5 minutes into where the vacation kicked in, like Wednesday at 2:30, when I'd be doing the liquor order, and I'm like, is this calculated? Is he because even if it's like something. He knows I don't want to. They know I don't want to be bothered.
Yes.
But he asked me about some customer about landscaping or something. And it was just, and then Paul texted me something that didn't seem that important.
Okay.
I'm like, are they all in cahoots to just to get me
I think they miss you.
Just to get my goal because it's how I can be.
Yeah, but that's what happens with me when I take days off. Then it's just like, hey, what's going on? This one all the time.
Yeah.
All the time with the text. Don't need it. Yeah.
God.
I'm on something. I'm on.
You seem to get when it comes to that, when you seem to get a little different, there's a different just something there. We'll
have to do this off air so that was the reason. This is why I wanted to tell you. I put up YouTube a little later this past week, because there was stuff that we said at the end where I thought we stopped recording and I had to check it, which we had no audio, so it's up there. So the 2 weeks you can catch up and watch us on YouTube And I think that pretty much wraps up our show today.
Plus today, like right now, this will be 3. So I got I think I'm, the one before too. So I got I still got a few days of vacation. I got 3 episodes to catch up on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
you're I love it.
Sit there in the cave. I still got no heat, the AC's trying to kick in. I don't know. We're getting there. Rhode Island, the permits have been pulled. I don't know.
You don't have AC?
Yeah, I do upstairs now, but the other day I put it on and it didn't feel, I don't know. But downstairs it's freezing because it's downstairs. Yeah,
but that's not the point.
The only time I need to be upstairs if I shower, really.
Yeah, but you should have AC. It was 100 degrees.
I talked to Bobby Jr. Things are heading in the right direction, I guess.
Well, when in August for your birthday? When the show wraps up?
I've had a tough go of it.
Yes, seriously. Happy vacation. This is Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Your face, actually, no one could tell. I'm the way you're sitting right now, no one would be able to tell. Maybe it looks like you gained a little weight. That's it. It's not like it's, like Elephant Man or anything.
I didn't gain any weight from eating because it's been difficult. It's been challenging.
Well, I need that. Can you punch me in the face?
This chick wants to get rolled.
We'll talk to you next week on 790 The Score. This is Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. Bye.